You know, there were a lot of people who were part of the fight to end the horror story that was Don't Ask, Don't Tell. But in studio with us tonight is the person that was there with President Obama when it finally ended. Petty Officer from the United States Navy, Joseph Rocha. Joseph, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
So you've been on TV a lot, mainly talking about trying to get Don't Ask, Don't Tell repealed, but you were part of the final court case that ended it. Talk to us a little bit about that, and what was it like being there with President Obama when he finally did it?
Well, the court case predates me some time. It had been going on for a long time, the Whiting case, Log Cabin Republicans case. And they had an opportunity to sort of wrap it up, do their final presentation, and they asked if I would be a part of that. And so it, by all means, was the most incredible opportunity in my life. It did, in some sense, become history. Well, it did become history. The court case ruled the policy unconstitutional and unenforceable. And to be there that day it was a very emotional day. I mean, emotional personally, but also emotional for everybody. And it was quite spectacular because, you know, that kind of victory hadn't been won in so long for our community, that you had quite historic people there for, you know, some generations going back, who had done incredible things in moving forward both civil rights and equality. Yeah,
I mean, there were, I mean, you know, not to be flip about it, but there were old soldiers and old sailors and a lot of young sailors like you.
And old plaintiffs as well, who had won many other battles for the community.
So did President Obama say anything to you personally?
I had the chance to say something to him. My mentor, who lost her life overseas, she had given me a challenge coin, which is a tradition in the military. And I'm not sure if it may have been, in some sense, I'm not sure the president has ever been handed a challenge coin, as he is the commander-in-chief and he is the top of that chain. But when I shook his hand, I had it in my hand and I said, "Sir, my mentor, she believed in me, but she very much believed in you." And I said it would mean a lot to me if you would keep this. And he brought me in for a hug, which in retrospect, I'm sure drove Secret Service a little crazy. But it definitely, you know, just made that already incredible day quite over the top for me.
Right, and where did this take place?
Oh, that's a good question. It was in one of the federal buildings in
But it wasn't the Oval Office. It was in D.C. with the president.
Right. So
but this wasn't a public moment when you handed him the coin.
No. So they had moved it out of the White House because, again, speaking to, you know, the community and the fight and how long it's been going on, there were so many people that they really wanted to have access to it. So they moved it to a bit larger of a venue.
Right. So tell me this story of the coin, the challenge coin. What does it mean?
So the challenge coin goes back, you know, it goes back very far, and essentially when somebody has done something that a senior ranking person feels is above and beyond of what they're called to do, that senior ranking person may have a coin if they're the head of a department, or if they hold, you know, if they're the commander of something, or the undersecretaries, the secretaries, the chairman, and so they can award this coin. And they'll do it just the same way in the way of a handshake. They'll have it in their hand, and when you shake the hand, you feel it and you know it's there, and it's just kind of a ceremonial pat on the back. Now, in the service and within the ranks, it's been a tradition that you carry your highest coin, and if you're at a bar next to a service member and you put down a coin that outranks his, then he owes you a beer. And
so does President Obama owe you a beer?
No. No, no, not at all. But
this was your way, through your mentor, of saying, "Well done, Mr. President"?
Yeah, it was a way to finalize everything. I mean, I honestly, I had not, when I was invited to attend, I hadn't convinced myself by any means that I would have the opportunity to meet the man. I mean, you know, And I was just honored to be able to attend and to be in the presence of what was happening. But something inside of me said to take it just in case, and that opportunity presented itself. And I think he was, I don't know, I think he was touched. I mean, I certainly felt that way. And for me, it was a way to just start the healing process and put an end to all of that.
Yeah, well, now the story is known. I mean, of course, you know, when the president gets a gift, that means the United States government has a gift. So your mentor, who was?
M.A. Valdivia.
That gift is now part of the history of the United States.
That's true.
Now, you were a member of the United States military.
Correct.
Did you experience homophobia?
I mean, yes. That's unfortunately is, you know, the bigger part of my story. But I think what made my story so powerful and what kept it going for so long, you know, a story can be a blip. It can catch people's attentions and go away. Surprisingly, my story lasted over 2 years, and with much more deserving people to be on the cover, the first day that the law was no longer the law of the land, the Washington Post cover was of Commander Zoe Dunning and myself, and you know, that's something I take very personally as well. And I think it's because I was always so positive. On CNN, they asked me, do you still love the Navy? And I said, yes. I wasn't expecting that question, but the answer was natural. I knew that what happened was not representative of the military or the nation, and that's why I fought the policy. But I never fought the country, and I never fought the service.
So were you still proud of your service in the Navy?
Oh, certainly.
And how long did you serve?
I served over 3 years.
Are you still in touch with some of your former sailors?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's a brotherhood and a sisterhood. I know Zoe feels that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's something, I mean, it never goes away. It's certainly a part of your life. It's a characteristic. It takes a very particular type of person. And once you've made that sacrifice, I mean, it's part of you forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we only have a couple minutes left, but a couple personal connections I found that I have to you. You know two close friends of mine, Bishop Otis Charles, the first openly gay bishop in the world in any Christian church, and my friend, the Venerable Anthony Turney, Archdeacon at Grace Cathedral. I believe you shared the distinct pleasure of being arrested with my friend Anthony Turney, correct?
Yes, that's correct. My story actually starts that day. I was in Internet City Hall, and my story had never been told, and you know, I was kind of really discouraged. I was really discouraged by the fact that there was a possibility that the California Supreme Court would uphold Proposition 8, and I was tired of feeling so vulnerable and powerless, and so I decided to attend. And
attend this anti-Prop 8 rally.
Well, it wasn't an anti-Prop 8 rally yet, and that's what it turned into once the decision was upheld. And being surrounded by people of faith, which I'm a person of faith, and feeling it was the right thing to do, we did get arrested. I will say that I think the most beautiful thing about that story is that when we went to our court date, our citations were stamped, dismissed in the interest of justice. And I'll never forget that. I mean, it truly spoke to the fact that we had done something that was right.
Right. We only have 30 seconds left, but real quick, are you going to run for public office?
I just want to be of service. I'm in law school now.
That sounds like an answer. That sounds like a political answer. That's a no answer. Well, I'll let you off the hook here only because we've got 15 seconds left, but you're not saying no, that you will not rule out running for public office.
I will...
You want to be of service.
I want to be of service.
That was Joseph Rocha, being of service and being diplomatic. I'm David Perry, who will have Joseph back on the show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next on 10%. Happy Halloween.